going on, Roblox, and welcome back to another video. We got a brand new character about to make his debut in Sonic Speed Simulator, and let me tell you something, he plays a humongous role in the road to Shadow. So before we get into that, if I can get you guys to do me a big huge favor and smack that like button, and if you guys have not already, hit the red subscribe button underneath this video. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into this. So everybody in the entire Sonic Speed Simulator community is chomping at the bit for Shadow to finally make his debut in this game. We got Android Shadow a few weeks ago, the Arsenal Pyramid, we also got the brand new rebranding of Sonic Speed Simulator, and then we got that roadmap next to Mechanic Tails showing Eggman, Shadow, the Arsenal Pyramid, and then the Eggmobile. Obviously, Eggman and the Eggmobile was talking about the boss fight that was coming up, but we still have yet to see Shadow come to this game. He has been teased over and over in this game. If you look at the Arsenal Pyramid in Lost Valley, he is all over the entrance. On the floor here, you can clearly see that Android Shadow and Hollow Metal Sonic are required to unlock the actual Shadow. Around the door of the Arsenal Pyramid, you got a bunch of Android Shadows and Hollow Metal Sonic here. And you've even got the Shadow logo right there on the entrance. So obviously, it is no secret that Shadow the Hedgehog is going to come to Sonic Speed Simulator. However, the big question is when and what event is he actually going to bring to this game? Because here's the thing, guys. GameFam Studios has been waiting to release Shadow the Hedgehog because they wanted something huge to pay him off with. And I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but the reason that Sonic Speed Simulator is going through such a gigantic change is because of the release of Shadow the Hedgehog. They don't want to waste a character like Shadow and just give him some basic scavenger hunt. Now, if they're being smart about this, which I'm sure they are, they want to release Shadow with a really big event that's going to have a lot of playability. Similar to how Metal Sonic came to the game, we got Metal Madness. I mean, let me know if you guys agree with this, but Metal Madness was easily one of the best events ever to come to Sonic Speed Simulator. It had a lot of replay value, it was just fun to do, and it was great trying to get the top time in the game. And I'm pretty sure by this point the community has spoken loud and clear that we do not want any scavenger hunts anymore. The game has got to have a lot more replayability and a reason to do certain things in the game. That's why when they added quests, I was so incredibly excited about that. And don't worry, yes, I read my comments all the time. There's a lot of you guys saying that the quests are a little bit grindy. However, everybody, you got to remember this game is getting rebuilt from the ground up. They want to give the player a reason to log into this game every single day, as opposed to just complete the scavenger hunt, throw the game away, and not play it for another week. And I'm sure they're going to do a bunch of tweaks to how the quest system is right now. But guys, what do you think? Are you happy that now you have a reason to go between all three zones? Because guys, I got to tell you, the things the development team are working on right now are going to be crazy. For example, we've already had huge changes in the way that Chow and Trail are used in this game. It looks like Sonic Speed Simulator is moving away from only using 5 Chow and 1 Trail for your entire time playing this game. They want to make it so that the Chow help you in a lot of different ways. Like some Chows give you only experience, some Chows give you experience and rings, some Chow only give you damage, some Chow give you all 3 of them. It just kind of depends on what the player wants to do. And the same goes with Trails. Some of them are really good for experience, but some are really good for rings and experience. And if you guys are brand new to this game since the re-release of SSS Reborn, then you guys probably don't know about races. In this game, they had a race system where you could race players, and it was really broken. There was really no point to do it. I myself really never did races because I thought they were kind of dumb. You would go into a race, you'd be done in 3 seconds, and that would be that. Basically, the person that spin dashed the fastest would win the game. So a high-level player couldn't go up against a low-level player because they would stand 0 chance. I mean, even Metal Madness, one of my favorite races in this entire game, was really cool, but it could have been a lot better had we been able to race other players in the race at the same exact time. You would have players spawn in at random times, so really you were never racing anybody, you were always just racing yourself. So the race system absolutely needed a gigantic revamp, and that's what they're currently working on right now. They're even talking about a revamp to the way that the time trials work, having it so you could 1v1 your friends in the time trial. How cool would that be if you get the countdown timer against you and one other person so you guys compete for the actual top time as opposed to just you racing yourself? I mean, after all, this is a speed simulator. Races should be the core element of this entire game. But with that said, and let me know if you guys agree with this, it needs to be multiplayer focused because people do not want to just compete for themselves in Sonic Speed Simulator. They want to race their friends. They want to race other people in the servers. Nothing is more satisfying than winning a race that I really had to try for. How many successful racing games are there out there where you only race yourself and compete for your top time as opposed to even NPCs racing against you. I mean, they've already added a boss fight mechanic to this game where you can have a bunch of players go up against Eggman. Imagine if they could take that and put that into a race system where everyone has to wait 30 seconds for a countdown, and when it finally hits 0, you're racing everybody who decided to queue for that particular race. Everybody has their speed zapped. You get to race each other around the map once, or implement a lap system, which is what I personally think would be the best, and you guys go for the first, second, third, fourth place, whatever. And they gotta have their own currency system for players that want to do that a lot. On top of that, GameFam Studios needs to add a reward system to the races themselves. So that way, races feel unique and you can buy things within that system that you can only get by doing that one thing. I mean, maybe I'm an idiot and I don't know you guys at all. Maybe nobody wants races. Maybe people like it the way it is. But for me personally, I think we need a gigantic change in the way that races are done in this game, because I'm telling you, that will be the core element of this game going forward. Anyways, everybody, that's my rant. Let's move on to the brand new character coming to this game. So if you guys don't know who E123 Omega is, he's actually a big deal when it comes to Shadow the Hedgehog. So he's a robot created by Dr. Eggman, obviously, and he's the last of the E100 series. So in the Sonic franchise, he was actually deactivated and sealed in an abandoned base to guard, you guessed it, Shadow the Hedgehog. Because spoiler alert, just like the end of the Sonic 2 movie, he's in suspended animation in a stasis capsule. So Omega was actually super mad at Eggman for wasting his power this way, and he actually swore revenge on Dr. Eggman. And then Rouge accidentally reactivated Omega when she was trying to free Shadow. So as you guys can see, E123 Omega plays a huge role in the release of Shadow the Hedgehog, because it sounds like we're gonna get the same storyline from the game. Omega's gonna be guarding Shadow, we're gonna have to get into release Shadow, and then I would assume we're gonna get Omega as a playable character in this game, because according to Gabe at Sonic Speed Simulator News and Leaks on Twitter, we got 6 new animations for Omega, like an idle, a jump, a walk, a job, a slide back, and a rail grind. Pretty sure they wouldn't give us these animations if he wasn't going to be playable. I honestly cannot wait for this, because Omega is a very different character in the Sonic franchise, and I think that's what we need. We need a lot of diversity when it comes to characters in this game. And one more thing I want to add here, guys. Every character that gets added to this game is essentially the exact same character. Everybody runs the same, everybody does the same type of stuff. You get some different running animations, which I think is incredibly important, but I feel that there is one core element that they're leaving out when they add characters to this game. Characters need to feel unique. I mean, if Knuckles never glided in the Sonic franchise, I don't think he would be as much fun to play. If Tails never flew, he would just be another character in the game. I mean, if Rouge wasn't able to dig or glide or fly, she would just be another character. I mean, I think the E123 Omega is a perfect starting point for this. He is such a different character, and you don't really want to see him spin dash into a badnik or something like that. I think it would be cool if he had a targeting system similar to how the tornado works. When he gets close to a badnik, he would just target it and shoot it with one of his guns, and that would be that. Something different that just adds a little bit of spice to a brand new character. So obviously I can't wait. What do you guys think? Are you stoked for Omega to come to this game? Are you stoked for Shadow to come to this game? What are your thoughts on my race ideas? I would love to know what you guys think. Other than that, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.